Hey everybody, this is Punisher Moto here, doing an interview on my motorcycle, my 125 pit bike. Seems how I only have videos of me riding it, don't have any videos about talking about it and what I did. This bike I got from my little brother. It was torn completely apart. There was no tires on it, no rims, no forks, no tank, no plastics. The plastics look shitty because, well, they came off my brother's old bike that he has. And it's all I had to work with. And I don't think I'll ever get any new ones because I don't have any money to afford them. Now, that's a new heat shield that I got off another motorcycle that I had laying around. And I decided to put that on there because this bike's name is the Punisher. I drew that myself. And so yeah, from the start, this bike was nothing. It was just a frame and an engine sitting in a pile. The rim is my brother's old rim for his mini dirt bike, and why he took the one that went to this is because that sprocket right there, he broke it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's busted right there on the housing, but I fixed it. I got some hardened steel bolts and nuts and locking washers. I made my own chain tensioner guide, my own chain guide right there. That nice bar right here. This bar. And then the nice little wheel down here. Neoprene plastic piece of shit, but it works. I do have something that's funny. I recently actually traded this dirt bike, this little Baja dirt bike, for a miniature quad. It was a 110cc miniature quad, and the kid destroyed this bike completely, like destroyed it. When he brought it back, it did not run at all. And he's like, oh, I don't want it back. I don't want it now, and you can have it back. So, I'm like, whatever, dude. So I took the bike back, gave him his quad back, and a done deal. So I get this bike back home after it broken, not running, not doing shit. First thing, he fried the coils on the inside. I don't know what he did. He must have crashed it, which, well, he did, because as you can tell, there is no sorry, I draw blank mine once in a while, but there is I always draw a blank mind once in a while. I have a mental disorder sometimes. If that's what it's called, I don't fucking know. But anyway, excuse my language. The baffler, he broke it off. Like, he crashed it, and it broke off by the welds. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I fixed this bike again, since I was the one to build it in the first place. You can tell that this is the original paint right here. I repainted it with a nice black, if I could get the dirt off of it, I repainted this whole bike, did all the decals myself. Yeah, there are no fenders on here because the kid wrecked it. He broke the fenders, so I just told my wife to just tear them off. Didn't care about them. That tire right there was flat when I got this bike. Those forks are my brother's old forks off of his pit bike. I put them on mine and refurbished the forks because they locked in on one side, and when you go off a jump, they stay locked in until you land. And when you land, you hear this loud pop. That's the spring on the inside, because it was under too much pressure and binding on the inside. So that's fixed. I fixed that. All I had to do is pop off the cap right there on the other side and redo it. And this is my old brother's old gas tank. It leaks on me when I do wheelies, but you know, like I said, I have no money. I don't really care. I got what I got. I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with. I had a spare set of magnetos and coils and stuff, so I decided to put them in here. And the other one that went to this bike originally, I put them all in here because I bought a brand new piece when I first built this bike, and they were brand new. And that kid brings this bike back fried. Like, I was like, how the hell is that possible? Brand new, really? So the old coil that was in here, it ran, but it just like gave out. So I was like, what the fuck? Right? And so I took that old coil back off and replaced it with a stronger one that gave it a little more spark. And I beefed this engine up. This is not a 110, this is a 125, and I beefed it up a little bit. Just a little bit, because I don't want to get in trouble, you know, fucking hauling balls. But yeah, my brother can't keep up with me. I broke these off, and I just got these for $5 from a friend of mine, and I put them on there. My sister, she crashed my bike into my dad's fence and broke the gear shifter off, the lever off. So my dad and I welded the lever back together, and it's strong. Like, it ain't gonna break again. Which I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Anyways, I did this. I painted these white, and because I wanted my bike to stand out more than my little brother's, and he hasn't done anything to his engine. He still has his engine normal, you know, but I helped him get his spark back. You know, I rewired his bike for him, and his bike runs, but it doesn't run as good as this one, because we're still working out some kinks on his little mini bike, and he has only parts that he has to work with, just like I have parts like this to work with. The kid duct taped this seat, and yeah, it doesn't latch. Like, that just irritates me, like, bad. Like, really? This is my brother's old seat, and it's ruined. Like, what the fuck? Excuse my language again. The reason why I've got a street tire on this is because my brother took the original tire and rim for this bike and put it on his because of that problem right there. And when he was riding it, he was doing wheelies and jumps and everything up in Mount Emily here in my hometown. Well, not my hometown, but my town. And he decided to, let's rip on it with only 3 bolts in it. And as soon as the second to the one that was missing, I think it was either on this side or that side, it lost the nut because he put the wrong ones on there. And so they backed off, you know, like under pressure. You know, when you get done riding this, you want to go back over all of your nuts and bolts and make sure they're tight still. Not too tight, because you don't want to snap anything. But these I can torque down. I can torque these down as much as I can, as much as they will allow it to go. Because they're all hardened steel and they won't break. The threads are really good. The no strip threads. These were still brand new, you know. I think I need to tighten this one up a little bit, because it looks like it's a little backed off, but oh no, it's not. Okay, yeah, I thought it would be, but I just noticed this one's longer than all the other ones. Um, Now back to the tire. The reason why I have this tire on here is because when my brother had this rim on his bike, he had a bald ass tire, and he jumped it up in Mount Emily, and it exploded. I thought like his engine blew up, so I rushed over there real quickly and made sure everything was all right. Everything was fine, and it was just his tire blowing out. It was loud. I think he had too much air pressure in it, and he was just jumping it like a maniac. Anyways, that was after his old tire blew up. And then when he gets this brand new tire that was so skinny, it's small, that he had to put a smaller tube in it and force that tire on this rim. It was easier to get off because it blew up on me. And the reason why it blew up on me is because when my brother blew it up the second time, he broke it, ripped right on the seam right here that holds it on the bead. And I didn't know it ripped, I thought he just blew his tube and he replaced it, and called it good. So I just fixed this problem and rode it around, and then I was up in the mountains and just hauling balls uphill one day when I was four-wheeling with my family, and then all of a sudden I hear this pop, and then fucking my bike started swerving everywhere, like what the fuck. So I looked down, and sure enough, there was a slit in the tire where it connects to the bead. Those metal prongs were no more. Like, they were gone. So I fixed it and put it back on. Then I started drifting it, and the tire exploded again and wrapped around my chain. The tube did, and it just ripped the tube up. And like, I was like, oh shit. But I got this tire because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on another dirt bike tire, and they're fucking expensive, excuse my language, but they are expensive. So I'm like, what, I'm just gonna go and buy this tire. It was $40. It has all its tread, nice tread, and it's a street tire. But it holds up pretty good, like really, really good, and it gets more grip, and it's not so small, so the engine is pulling all its power and into this wheel right here, so I get all my speed back, and it's low geared, really low geared, so I can climb mountains way better than my little brother can, and he can't keep up with me. I rebuilt this carburetor right here. When I got this, like I said, when I got this frame, I bought it from my little brother for $50, and I rebuilt this whole bike from the ground up. Kickstand, pegs, the brake mechanism didn't even have one. This bar is brand new. Right here, this one right here was brand new. That is male because I didn't have any carding pins. I had to put this on here. The kickstart's busted a little bit, but it works. Spark plug's brand new. Oil needs to be changed. But just in case, my bike doesn't get any spark anymore, and that's one coil I replaced goes out, I got this is all I can afford for this bike for now, and it's brand new. I haven't even used it yet, but you can tell what that is. Yeah, it's all this. But yeah, these things right here, that kid fried these. I don't know how it was possible, but it was brand new, just like this, freshly put on that bike, and he ruined this bike. Like, he's like, oh, it's leaking oil and everything, and I checked it over once or twice, made sure nothing was leaking. It's not leaking any oil, as you can tell. It's been here for like the weekend. It's been sitting in my house for a whole week and a weekend, and no oil. No oil spilled on the floor, nothing. That's because what the kid did was when he wrecked hard on this right here, and right there, at that nut, and that nut right there, fucking, it pulled the engine, and this right here, it is leaking just a little bit right there. He bottomed it out right here. Okay, I have to get a new seal for this, but it's rideable. I've sealed it good enough, you know. That's all it leaks, just a little drop. And as you can tell, there's oil, gas, oil, gas. That's because that tank leaks. But you can totally tell the difference. It's not leaking any oil because I fixed it. I temporarily fixed it until I can go find another nut from another bolt from an engine my friend has that he has laying around. He said I can have it. Haven't picked it up yet because I had no transportation. But I did all the paint myself, all the decal work myself. Yeah, this is the Punisher. I did the brakes myself. I did the wires. I did all this myself. I did all the wiring myself. And this bike runs like a champ. And it does not sound like a dirt bike because of the simple fact the kid wrecked it and broke, like, pretty much that ass end right there. Like, literally, that ass end, and that was broken. And so, when I was like, oh, I'm going to go off this jump, you know, that foot peg that I had originally, brand new foot pegs on both sides, broke that one off. So I had to replace both sides because the foot peg that matched that side broke off that side, and I didn't have any matching foot pegs. So I went to my friend and like, I noticed you got some foot pegs with the bar still attached to them. How much do you want for them? He's like, $5, because I know what you're going to do. You're not going to take the bar, you're going to take the pegs. So I'm like, yeah, that's right. And so you gave him $5 after you know, I installed the pegs and rode it around. The next payday they came along, because I'm on a fixed income. I have issues with my brain leaking out of, yeah, it's I won't go into that shit, but I put them on there and he said I could. Then I paid him back that $5 after I got paid by my payee. And literally I just built this bike from the ground up, like, easy. Like, I'm a mechanic. I don't, like, if I know somebody and they want me to work on their car, yeah, sure, I will. I mean, I built 2 engines for my brother's truck. I built one engine for my brother's truck. I literally built that truck for my brother, and then I helped my dad build his truck, and I put the engine together on that one. So yeah, I'm mechanically inclined, but I ain't gonna be getting a job here soon because, well, nobody wants to hire me because of my problems that I have and the reason why I'm on disability. But I work with what I can do, you know. I do what I can to, you know, scrounge around, get by, and, you know, do whatever it takes. But which is not much. I mean, I can't do much. But yeah, I can ride like nothing. But anyways, that's the walk around for this bike, you know. First of all, this right here, it's white, and underneath it is heat treated paint. So this white paint will last forever. Like, it will not come off. Not even as hot as this engine can get, it won't come off. Like, this engine can be hot to the touch, and this paint won't chip off, won't come off at all. I did all this. I put all these on there. I took this whole piece apart to make sure my lifter and timing was right, which would be on this side. My timing's on this side. and everything's checked out fine before I even turned it over and started it from it being in pieces. Yeah, so you got the walk around, and I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. And Punisher Moto out.